friends, it is me, Mike Harmon, also known as HLModTech, and today I'm going to show you how to take a Mac Mini and make it more useful again. Alright friends, so my Mac Mini here, I am using PC stuff, so quite often I have to plug in twice for it to note that the stuff is there. Put in my password as usual. These were donated to me. So like I said, I am not a Mac guy, but I launched it and I'm trying to learn a little bit. And I was most frustrated by when I tried to add Google Chrome or any updated browser. It wouldn't let me. The software tops out on this little critter at 10.5.8, which is part of the problem. So when I search for Chrome and I choose download, it tracks it down and lets me download it. I hit accept and install. So even if I go to the App Store, you get all the way down to the bottom and it says, hey, if you want to try out the App Store, go to iOS 11, which I can't do on this machine. So check out what I've done to solve all my issues. I'm going to reboot this computer, and then since I've got a Windows keyboard, I'm going to hold down the Alt key. And that allows me to boot off a CD. And the CD that I've put in is called Puppy Linux. So I'm holding Alt for probably 25 seconds before this pops up. And when I finally get to this window with the Mac Mini and then the Windows and then the EFI boot, that shows you that I've got my CD in there. I'm going to press F12 quick because that's how I pop the CD out, and I'll let you see the CD. It is just Puppy Linux, and it's Xenial, and it was 6.14.18 is when I downloaded and burned it. Simply replace the disk, and after a second that boot list will pop up, and then I use the UEFI one. Let me show you how quick this boots. When I use the EFI boot, it's probably 30 seconds before it actually is into Puppy Linux. On this screen, I'm going to choose just the standard one because that way it'll load all my little swap drives that I've already built in. And I'm going to let this run so you can see in real time how long it takes for this Mac Mini to turn into a Puppy Linux computer. There's the Xenial. SFS, those are what the Linux community that created Puppy uses for the different little file systems. I made a 256 meg swap file, which is just saved on my little Linux folder, and I'll show you why that's important in a second. And just like that, we are in Puppy Linux. Puppy's got a real cool thing where the first time it launches, it helps you set up your network. You can see that I've got my network, my sound, it's got a CPU temperature, so it shows that everything's working. Built-in firewall, which I don't have turned on. Shows me I've got a 3.8 gig personal storage file, which is something you make when you start Puppy Linux. The most important part, though, is getting yourself a folder where you can save your Puppy Linux stuff in. And to do that, simply go to your system and find the gparted partition manager. We want to mess with SDA, and then the first time you do this, you want to give yourself space to store your Linux files, because the system initially only has this HFS plus. But you can simply click on that and then hit resize, shrink it, and then use the extra space to make yourself a Linux partition. Now I made mine NTFS just because I was fiddling around, but you can do it however you want. Once you've got that built, then you can grab the latest greatest of your browsers, Firefox, SeaMonkey, Opera, Chrome, whatever you want. And I've already added Chrome, so I'll show you that it works just ducky. When it loads, it gets put in the internet folder, and then boom, there it is. This is Pale Moon, which comes with Puppy Linux, which is fine, but I'm a Chrome guy, so I wanted Chrome. And this is how quickly it launches because it's all pretty much stored in RAM. Of course, when I tell you it's quick, it makes me pause. So there you have it. Updated Chrome on your old Mac Mini. All kinds of other cool things are super simple to add. If we go back to the desktop, I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to go to that Quick Pet. And under Quick Pet, let's just go to Fun. And there's a game called Open Hexagon, and this is how easy it is to add a game. I decide I want it, I click on it, it connects to the FTP, and simply adds it, and it'll put it in the Fun menu in just a moment. Shows it's going to take about 77 seconds, so I'll pause. And there it is, wrapping up with about 3 seconds left. It'll do its own little install. It asks me if I want to do it, and I'm going to tell it yes. I've never played this game. When I see the word hexagon, it makes me think of Qbert. Let's see what it was made, or what it is. If we click OK and let it update the help page, I'm going to go down to Menu, Fun, and there's Open Hexagon. And let's see if it works. Now, unfortunately, Open Hexagon will not open for me, but let's check one of the other ones that are built in, and then I'll try and relaunch the other one after I save and exit. There's Hexalate. I don't know how to play Hexalate. Oh, you line them up. So there you can see there's cool things that are just built in that you can fiddle with and explore. And you gotta find and solve the puzzle. So friends, the real moral of the story is if you got an iMac and you need to get Chrome installed or another up-to-date browser, there's your way. When you quit, you just hit Menu, Exit, and you can shut down. Once you've saved the first time, it'll save automatically to that personal save file. It's super slick, works off a CD. You can also do it on a USB flash drive, and brings your Mac Mini into the 21st century. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. If you like the movie, please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, you know how to hit subscribe. And if you want to be the first to know when there's a new movie from HLModTech, click that groovy little notification bell. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, friend.